It's the power of love. Do, 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 do. Sorry. We're talking Back in Time, the documentary about Back to the Future. And if you guys don't know, I love Back to the Future. The only film that I think was the weakest was the third one. But I had to check out this documentary. It's new. It's 2015. It's directed by Jason Aaron. And I mean, almost the whole cast from the original Back to the Future franchise or trilogy is in this film and is in this documentary. Of course, Robert Zemeckis is in here. Even Steven Spielberg talks a little bit about it. It's by the book documentaries, like presenting visual style. It's not crazy. It doesn't have that feeling like Back to the Future where it's just adventurous and just the tone and feel the atmosphere. It doesn't have that. It's really just by the book. And that's fine. That's okay. I mean, I really do love documentaries, especially with films I absolutely love. And to hear some of the behind the scenes and stuff. I mean, we got everything. We got from how it was made, of course, the props, how they created the DeLorean and how the DeLorean's backstory. We have the director talking, Zemeckis. We have event, like a lot of people, of course, the fans, presenting the fans and how they celebrate Back to the Future even today. And if you knew, Back to the Future had, I believe it was October 15th, 2015. I think it was about that date, where that's when actually Marty goes into the future, and the predictions. The one prediction was Cubs making it to the World Series and winning the World Series. Almost came true, but Back to the Future did get some things right, like the Google glasses, or the little glasses like from Google, the touch screen TV, the live feed. I mean, there's a lot of things in Back to the Future Part 2 got right. So, but watching this documentary, I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy the fan aspect to it because it's all about the fans. The fans are keeping this trilogy really alive today, and it is. I view this trilogy as one of the greatest trilogies of all time. Even the third one, even I think it's the lesser of both the films. Some people will disagree and say it is the best out of the films, but I think even that one is very enjoyable to watch. All three of them are great. What is my favorite Back to the Future? Probably Part 1. Part 1 just has, to me, is a masterpiece. It's flawed, but it's a masterpiece. Masterpiece doesn't mean it's perfection. It always has. Even Zemeckis said that. The director said that in his case, it's not perfection. It's flawed, and that's what makes a masterpiece, is not being perfect, but being beloved by everybody and being such an enjoyable watch. As many times as I watched the first film, even the second film, I could keep watching it because it's just fantastic. This documentary really showcased the love that was put into this film, the struggle to make this film. Well, not really too much of a struggle like other films I've seen struggle, but really shipping the scripts everywhere. And you would think Disney would take this script and would do something with it, but they didn't. And I'll tell you, it's not really too much of a spoiler. There's really, if you look up Back to the Future details or wherever, you'll find out like how it was made and this and that. But Disney not taking this script, not taking this film, not making this film just because of the incest innuendo, so to speak. But it's kind of funny. Leah Thompson never really viewed that. She just viewed it as hilarious how the mom is, hot and is attracted to her son, but not knowing that's her son. But Disney, it would have been interesting if it was in Disney's hand. But Universal took over, made it, and great for Universal. Universal has some great hits over. I mean, Back to the Future is so beloved, such a pop culture just impact for everybody. So this documentary really showcases that. I really did enjoy the parts of. The interviews with the actors and stuff were great. I mean, Christopher Lloyd is getting old. Is getting really old. You can just tell. It seems like it's hard for him to speak sometimes. And also Michael J. Fox, his Parkinson's really hit him, but he's still Michael J. Fox and he's still awesome. Oh, the Eric Stoltz, when he was the first original Marty, but then Michael J. Fox, they'd go into that storyline, and I was wondering how much do they have filmed with Eric Stoltz, and at the time he was dating Leah Thompson, so how much do they have footage of him. And Zemeckis said, we have a lot of footage of him, and one day it will be presented, probably go out there on the web, or they'll showcase, or they'll whatever. It will be out there for everybody to see sooner or later. It's probably already out there. I haven't looked it up yet, but I would love to see the footage of Eric Stoltz as Marty, and see what you could tell. Like some of the footage that they presented in this documentary, you could tell the difference between Michael J. and Eric Stoltz, and you could tell what they were talking about, comedic timing, and basically just the overall atmosphere and tone of the film. I think Michael J. Fox was just destined to be Marty, and it was very interesting of the screenplay as well, how Marty really doesn't learn a lesson, how his arc is, there's no arc. And that was very interesting as well. I mean, if you think about it. So a lot of good things in this documentary. I just wish it was a little bit, it fit the tone and atmosphere like the Back to the Future films. I think there was one Back to the Future documentary I saw on the DVD box set that fit the tone overall like the movie, but it was just a generic kind of editing, generic kind of just pacing. It's nothing. They don't try to wow you. They don't put special effects in this documentary or anything, which is fine. I think it works that way. I think it's taking itself seriously, so to speak. It's showing you this, it's showcasing the love of creating this film trilogy, and also showing you how much the fans love it. The one aspect of this documentary that I absolutely love, that I already subscribed to, is the Secret Cinema. Now, Secret Cinema is basically, I believe it's in the UK, and they do screenings, but they transform everything into that one screening. So let's say Back to the Future, they transform it into, you have the clock tower, they transform it into the 50s? I think 1950s? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen Back to the Future. 1945. I believe. No, 1955. No, 19. Oh, God. I got it confused. Well, anyway. I'll probably put that down and say, I can't really... how can I always forget? I can't believe I'm forgetting this. But... they do transform it into that era, and where Marty's parents and stuff. I'll probably put down what the actual date is, because I can't believe I'm forgetting that line. I'm gonna go back and rewatch all the films. I wanted to do the marathon on Wednesday, but I had work and stuff, so I'm gonna go back and rewatch all the films again, and probably do a huge podcast next month, because my friend absolutely loves Back to the Future, and we'll probably do a podcast on that. I'm gonna try to get him on there. And but anyway, so Secret Cinema does this. They recreate the whole town, the whole in the set in that era, and they show a screening. Everybody's dressed up, everybody's in character. So they also did Prometheus. I believe they did Star Wars this year. So I subscribe to that, and that's awesome. So Back in Time, if anything, they gave me that. They gave me that website, Secret Cinema. So great stuff. It's growing too, but if it's in the UK, which kind of sucks, because I'm in America. So anyway, other than that, it is a very good documentary. If you're a big Back to the Future fan, it was great to see a lot of the people who worked on the film really talk about their experiences. It's 1950. It has to be 1950. 1985. No, they're in the 80s. 1955. It has to be 1950. No, it's not 1950. Damn it. See, now I'm going to be thinking about it the whole time. Anyway, so that's my take on Back in Time. I recommend it. I don't really know where you would find it. I found it, I think, it's not on Netflix. I saw it on the web. So whenever, if you ever see Back in Time, check it out. You should. If you're a big Back to the Future fan, like I said, it's nothing, doesn't have that razzle dazzle to it, but it's very interesting. Some of the stories, some of the way it was made, and this and that. So thank you for listening to me. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button if you love Back to the Future. And also comment below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts on Back to the Future, everything Back to the Future. And also like the video if you like it. And on the comic section, I will put the date where I just cannot remember what they go back to. They say it over and over and over again. But for some damn reason, after even watching the damn documentary, I can't remember. I'm going to make a guess. Even though I can't remember, I'm going to make a guess. 1955. I'm going to say 1955. I'm going to say 1955. I'm going to say 1955. Like I always say, guys, grab a tick, grab a seat, make sure you got some good popcorn to eat. I'll see you at the cinema. Bye, guys.